Adam, you require 12.
Double six.
Game shot and the match.
Adam Mould gets over the line. He seals a 4-1 success against Jim Long. And that means the first game of the day sees the first twist and turn in the race for Group A supremacy. It now puts Jeff Smith top of the pile. It now puts Adam Mould within a couple of points. Ciaran Teehan can move two within a couple of points at top spot if he can get the better of Arne Spee. That game's coming up after this short break.
Adam Mould coming up with a sizable victory. Teehan looking very good here for a sizable victory of his own.
Game shot on a third leg.
Very good
Ciaran Teehan
for a sizable victory.
One to win a match this week. This to save the match for Arne.
Game shot
That
on
would
the
go to
fourth
3-1, but
leg.
Ciaran Teehan has the darts here to complete a 4-1 success. Missed a handful of darts, a double to win this contest. And it's one that's going to go all the way. Teehan was 3-0 up in his first game of Monday against Jeff Smith. He went on to lose it 4-3. It looked so routine for so long, but eventually Ciaran Teehan crawls over the finishing line to get the better of Arne Spee by 4 legs to 3. It was an encounter that the high tower had led 3-0. Arne Spee ran off 3 on the spin, and it looked like maybe there was only one winner of the contest, but Teehan with a strong last leg puts him on to 12 points, puts himself in position if there is slip-ups alongside him. Well, we've already seen Jim Long lose today. The other player who began the day on 14 points was Jeff Smith. He plays his first game of the morning session up against the player of the day yesterday, Mareno Michels, and that game is coming up on the other side of this short break. Comes back, 2 darts in hand.
56.
And a double, at least it should be. Make sure the single first, Jeff. 16, leaves tops.
Game shot,
and it's a 4-0 victory for Jeff Smith, who moves 2 points clear at the top of the table, ahead of a battle with Jim Long in match 5 of our morning session. The silencer now looks in good stead. That the tail of the tape from that 4-0 victory for Jeff Smith against Mareno Michels, and that's the culmination of our first round of fixtures on this Wednesday morning. Coming up after the break, we're going to watch Adam Mould take on Ciaran Teehan. He was 2-0 down in this contest, and he looks set now to reel off 4 on the spin. He missed 12 darts to win leg 1, but he has responded incredibly well to reel off 4 wins, 4 legs on the spin to win 4-2 against Ciaran Teehan. It moves him on to 14 points. It moves him level with Jim Long, but crucially as well, it puts him in pole position in terms of the race for a space in Group B come Thursday and Friday night. Coming up after the break, we're going to watch the top 2 players in this league table go toe-to-toe. Jeff Smith can move 4 points clear at the top of the table, whilst Jim Long could mean that we're back at a deadlock on 16 points if he can get the spoils in that one. Join us after the break.
A little bit wayward and different angles there from Jeff Smith.
But Jim Long cannot keep missing darts for the double, cannot keep passing opportunities by. 4. He's had opportunities to win pretty much every single leg in this match. He's 1 from 17 on the outer ring, and Jeff Smith breaks, leads 3-1, and he now has the darts here to secure a 4-1 success.
The top.
36.
The silencer is on the hill. Jeff Smith gets the better of Jim Long by 4 legs to 1. He moves 4 points clear at the top of the table, with the pair only being able to amass a maximum of 6 more points. It's a 4-1 win for Jeff Smith. That's the tail of the tape from that particular encounter. 82.83. It's steady once again from the Canadian, who wins the battle of the 2 players from the Atlantic this week. So a 4-1 win for Jeff Smith in that one. Coming up next, Arne Spee and Mareno Michels.
Mareno, you require 34.
For the match, double 17. Oh, that's awkward. Very awkward. But finds a way in with the last dart in hand, and Mareno Michels gets the better of Arne Spee by 4 legs to 2. It was him on to 12 points in the group. Arne Spee is going to be left on 2 points. And no matter what's going to be bottom of the group, that's the tale of the tape from there. Coming up after the break, game 1 for round 3. Adam Mould up against Jess Smith.
Adam, you require 94.
Let's bring it back to 2-1. Tops. 2 in hand. Only needs the 1. It's a 14-darter to get Adam Mould on the board in this contest. However, he's still going to have to find a break at some point.
140.
May not even need that if
Adam,
Mould spurs this opportunity.
20.
Smith's back.
Jeff, you require
to
35.
complete a victory, which would see him so close to qualification. 29 left, and 29 is not a combination. It gets checked out very often. Double 6 to complete a 4-1 victory for Jess Smith. And the silencer is very much on the cusp of qualification now. He moves temporarily 6 points clear with Jim Long at the top of the group with a much heavier legs difference as well. A real show of respect there from Adam Mould, but a real good performance from Jess Smith. An average of just under 91.5. 4 from the 7 on the doubles. A real good display for the Canadian. Coming up after the break, Ciaran, Teehan and Mareno Michels will go toe-to-toe on the hockey. Fine, I tell you what, the bullseye hitting today has been somewhat off kilter so far. Triple 18 for double 16. Double 16 for Teehan. To level this matchup at 1 apiece, recovering well following the errant first dart.
Mareno, you require 121.
6 darts from 121 to square this contest up at 2 apiece. The bullseye, beautifully fouled by Mareno Michels. Level we are at 2 apiece. Well, this has been a game that has seesawed in one direction and then the other. And Michels is going to have double 18 for the match. He's had 47. A dart to win this game, and that dart's come and gone.
You require 87.
And so Teehan 87 to pick up the spoils to win 4-3. He's going to have 2 in his hand at double 8. Now he's going to have to be down for double 17. Well, this is some readjustment.
70.
And it wasn't even close.
Mareno, you require 18.
And so Mareno gets another chance
to
win the match, and he does.
Mareno Michels.
And he gets the better of Ciaran Teehan by 4 legs to 3. And it means that Mould's on 14, Michels is on 14, and Ciaran Teehan has now gone down to 5th place in the group. A group which he had a chance of winning yesterday, and he now finds himself in the doldrums. Well, that's how that game panned out. Coming up after the break, Jim Long takes on Arne Spee. If Long loses, Smith's through.
Odds of around 1-5 on Jim Long right now. Obviously looking at the way the results have gone and the week for Arne Spee. And obviously the class that Jim Long may be able to dig out at a key moment. A shake of the head for Jim Long. He wonders where it came from.
Jim, you require 108.
In this match, can he make it 2 by pinning the 108? We'll stay there. And he's going to have a dart at double 16. That's superb from Jim Long. 2 ton-plus checkouts in a row in legs where it looked like Arne Spee was going to win. He's going to have 2 darts at double 16 to round off a comprehensive 4-0 victory. And Jim Long will force Jess Smith to batter out against Ciaran Teehan up next. 2 ton-plus checkouts in the first 2 legs when Arne Spee looked like he was on top in both of them. What's the difference in that particular contest? And the pair having a good old natter about that. Long 4, Spee 0. It's Smith and Teehan in our 10th game. The game that could decide the group after this.
You get coming.
$102.
Good response again here from Jess Smith. Missed 3 darts
you require 40.
in the last leg to go 3-2 up. Missed those at double 16, but he does not miss at tops and breaks the throw.
It's been all about the 2 Canadian players in this Group A. But it is the silencer who tops the lot. Jess Smith has qualified through to Saturday night's final. The former Lakeside finalist keeps up his 100% strike rate of qualifying through to the big night. A 93.68 average and getting the better of Ciaran Teehan by 4 legs to 3. He had to work to get over the line in the end. 2-0 down, 3-2 down. But Smith held his nerve to qualify through to Saturday night's final. Coming up after the break, Arne Spee takes on Adam Mould.
You require 80.
This for the match. 2 in hand, a double 10. The exhale of breath. And the firing of the double 10.
Adam Mould.
And Adam Mould gets the better of Arne Spee by 4 legs to 2. And it means that he moves on to 16 points. And it means he has got the advantage in the battle for Group B, although we have to play Mareno Michels later on in the session. This is how the game looks statistically. Mould a 4-2 winner against the Dutchman. And Mareno Michels is in action up next against Jim Long. There's actually a possibility 10 to level this contest up at 2 apiece. Treble 18 will leave the subsequent double. And that's exactly what he's looking at now. And that's exactly what he finds to level this game up at 2 apiece. A moment of quality, a moment of class from Jim Long.
5th flag. It's
That is
Mareno
the
to throw
7th
first.
time we have seen a big finish there from Jim Long.
8.
To complete the win. Double 2. And Jim Long gets the better of Mareno Michels in a last leg decider. The Canadian pretty much rubber stamps second position in Group A. We're going to watch the Canadian tomorrow and Friday night in Group B. We will see whether Mareno Michels is going to be in that group or Group C in the final game of the session against Adam Mould. We're going to kick off the final round of fixtures after the break, and we're going to kick-start it with the battle of the player at the top of the table and the player at the bottom of the table. Jess Smith and Arne Spee, live and next. So today, he has been the player that has taken advantage of everything that's gone and happened, but Spee, with a maxi, has left himself on tops.
Jeff, you require 104.
For the 3rd time, a 3rd maximum, but it might mean nothing.
68. Arne, you require 40.
To take us to a last leg decider. Double 10. 5s.
Game shot on a 6th
And we
flag.
go to
Arne
a
Spee.
7th and deciding leg. To win the group with 24 points. Jeff Smith looking at a ton. It's tots for the match.
Game
And the
shot
silencer
on the
has
match.
just
Jeff
been a
Smith.
class apart. He completes the card on day 3. And he's going to win the group with 24 points. To win the group with 24 points. Jeff Smith looking at a ton. It's tots for the match.
Game
And the
shot on
silencer
match.
has just
Jeff
been a
Smith.
class apart. He completes the card on day 3. And he's going to win the group with 24 points. Jeff Smith will be into Saturday night's final. And he is going to be a big threat in Saturday night's final. That is how the tail of the tape looked. It was a very good performance that by Arne Spee, and he can take a lot of confidence from that performance going into tomorrow and Friday's action in Group C. But Jess Smith doesn't have to worry about tomorrow and Friday. He's won Group A. He's completed the card on day 3 as well, running out a 4-3 victor against Arne Spee.
Jim, you require 116.
Well, he could start on the 20s, could start on the 19s. Decides to start on the 19s. 116 for the match. Going to get a dart at tops. To complete a 4-1 victory, Jim Long will complete the day of a win. He's going to be in P2 and he's going to be in Group B tomorrow night. Ciaran Teehan, well, we're going to see him in the afternoon session tomorrow and Friday. That is how the game went. Jim Long, a 4-1 winner against Ciaran Teehan. The last game of the session will decide who gets B, who gets C. It's going to be Adam Mould up against Mareno Michels. Naughty, naughty, double 8. And he's venting that anger out on the treble 20. Look at the roar. Look at the snarl. Look at the max.
It's a
Adam, you
very
require 10.
more old school way of thinking. A lot of players now look at splitting and breaking down numbers.
Game shot on the third leg.
But the
Adam
numbers that
Mould.
are important to Adam Mould are the legs, and he needed 2.
Adam, you
Group
require
A.
40.
Double 10.
20. Mareno,
Michels
you
is going to have an
require
opportunity
83.
to take this to a last leg decider. Bullseye. Not to be.
48. Adam, you
And
require
so this,
20.
to see things through. Double 10 for Adam Mould. To
Big
complete
shot
a
and the
4-2
match,
victory. We're
Adam
going to see
Mould.
him tomorrow night in Group B. He only needed a couple of legs to make sure of that. He's got the win to rubber stamp it. He beats Mareno Michels by 4 legs to 2.